Yo. What's good, people? Welcome to another episode of Smoked Out Society. I am your host, Havoc 3E. Ooh, look at my hair looking crazy. No, I'm not bald. Calm down. Hair's just all wild out. Had a hood on. I'm the devil's advocate of Talk Your Is Jess and the problem child of the Rico squad. Big Hats is on the whole set. Yo, share this shit out, Hacks. I got out of work stupid late tonight. I didn't even able to fucking make a goddamn. I didn't get to make this shit earlier. Nothing. I'm just getting on now and boom. And I got to go back to work just to go do some money shit. That's crazy. Nah, I'm just chilling, bro. Think I jump on for a little bit and see who pop on. Salute, brother. You already know we the hardest in the whole yard. Motherfucking Rico squad. Let's get this up there real quick. Boom, boom, boom. See what's going on. All right. Well, we haven't heard for a while. We haven't heard Chino Plush in a minute. Let's see what's up with Chino Plush. Yeah, some Chino Plush in the building real quick. Y'all already know. Hanging out with your boy. Don't forget to subscribe, smash, hit that like button. Hit that shit, people. Y'all already know I need to roll up. I just got home. I need to smoke. So we're going to chill, listen to some music while I roll up and shit. Spread it out. Share it out so everybody can come on over here and hang out. You hanging out with Hacks. You hanging out with your boy Havoc. We are members of the motherfucking Rico squad.
They never heard a song with Vado and Plush on it. With Trigger. I'ma do this shit for Queens, the Bronx, Newburgh, down south, the Midwest to the West. Let's go.
Gotta be cautious, dripping nice in them crosses. Niggas will light up the torches, gotta be stepping outside with the bosses. Can't trust them as far as you smell them. All of you niggas is telling, and most of my niggas are felons. Hold up, was juking. The chef in the kitchen was cooking. These niggas, they snitching, they shookin'. Shout out my niggas in Brooklyn. I'm up in Harlem with Vado, smoking a lot of gelato. Almost thought I was in LA. They sellin' them medicine bottles. Never put trust in a buster. Posters of homies a ride on you. Follow the code of the hustlers. Nigga doing good, that's when they wish bad on you. Niggas talk about loyalty, but they really wanna put a toe tag on you. Poppin' shit, but they avoided me. They just hush mouth, I ain't gotta talk about it, I ain't gotta rush now. She a bust down, I don't trust shorty cause she see me like a touchdown. From the end zone to the friend zone. You ain't coming to my benzo, I'ma give you that extendo. With it waving out the window cause I'm gotta be cautious, dripping nights in them crosses. Niggas will light up the torches, gotta be stepping outside with the bosses. Can't trust them as far as you smell them. All of you niggas is telling, and most of my niggas are felon.
As I sit in the wicker chair, surrounded by millionaires, real street legends making the pictures rare. One of my mans in it, he seeing years. My other man's in it, been free and clear. When I asked how he did it, he said from being fair. The circle tight enough, he could see a square. And on point enough to know when to disappear. More than aware of these weirdos. That's why I keep a 4-5 Tech 9 with the air holes. Respect minds on the air those. I'm in the earlobes. Ha!
Yeah. You trippin' dog, I'm a big stepper. Roll the dice in a Harlem night like Sugar Ray, I make a quick better. Dapper DG, Aqua Water, VD, Heapy, Serafini, Ava Rex Leather. Bass rhyme doing diddy bops. Wave vibes like the Millie Rock. Who are we? Gotta be Lil Big Daddy Sauce Ball, stop asking us. Acting tough, player you can see the clip. Stop acting up, actor cuts. Dripping in the building, still in need a bit of patching up. Wrap it up, faking the funk, I can smell it. The wicked is witty, they living it hellish. I really be with it like living together. My circle ain't flipping like heads or whatever. It's all in the people to tell her. You telling the lies, I don't buy them. The way you can sell it. Yo, Benzito, my chariot whiter than heaven. Yeah. If I see that Benzito, them angels will carry it.
Gotta be cautious, dripping nice in them crosses. Niggas will light up the torches, gotta be stepping outside with the bosses. Can't trust them as far as you smell them.
Nah, Hacks, I'm an Xbox person, bro. I'm an Xbox person, but the way shit is going, I might have to cross on over to the fucking PlayStation, man. I don't know what the fuck going on with Xbox. Xbox look like they're about to go out of fucking business or something, bro. That shit got me fucking confused as fuck right now, bro. Yeah, I used to do PlayStation. I crossed over to Xbox when Xbox first came out, man. I was all about that online shit. Remember, it took PlayStation a minute before they went online. But believe it or not, I got a PlayStation 4 that somebody gave me. I ain't never connected it. That shit is sitting on my living room entertainment center looking pretty and shit. I have considered thinking about getting that PS5. This shit don't look too good for the fucking Xbox. What you be playing on PS5? I be getting down with the Gears of War. I do the Battlefield. I don't like first person games too much. I'm not paying $60 just to see fucking hands in a gun. Fuck out of here. That's trash. Yo, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, smash, hit that like button. There ain't really no content tonight. I'm just smoking, chilling. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for anybody that want to come up on a panel and chill, talk your shit, and hang out. Don't be stupid. Believe me, there's somebody watching me. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm over here trying to roll up. I gotta go back to the job and do account and shit real quick. Other than that,
all of you niggas is telling, and most of my niggas are failing.
I was chilling today, checking out fucking. Ooh, excuse me. I was chilling today, checking out fucking videos of fucking power. I'm trying to catch. You rolling up too? That's what's up. Yeah, roll up and go ahead and smoke one together and shit. Smoking that Fruity Pebbles tonight. For those that don't know, smoking that Fruity Pebbles. Smoking it. Oh, shit. Okay, that's what's up. Yo, I've been watching videos all night, bro. I'm trying to see if I can find it. It was this chick that she fucks around, bro, and she puts a fucking dildo in her fucking pants, and then she goes and she be trying to get on motorcycle, like getting motorcycle rides from dudes that are taxis and shit like that. I know the way I'm saying it sound crazy, but the shit is funny as fucking hell, bro. Instead, I'm trying to find the video right now. Let me see if I find it. Yeah, I think I gotta go to my fucking. Oh, you got 2 days off? Oh yeah, you chilling. Oh yeah, you chilling. Okay. That's the only thing I hate about this good ass weed. It should be sticking on your fingers. You can't even break it up, really. And I don't know where the fuck my little scissors is at, neither. Give me a second, people. I'm here. I'm rolling up. I know y'all probably looking at my head like, this nigga fucking sleep already? Nah, rolling the fuck up. That's what I'm doing. Matter of fact, let me see something. Go fucking 1 second. Find this shit for y'all real quick. This one. This one. Oh, but you know what? There is something I do want to show y'all. Hold on 1 second. I found this post. Let me share this shit with you. This shit is official. I think it's about Puerto Ricans and shit like that, like original, real Puerto Ricans, bro. Check this shit out right here.
A mí me llaman jíbaro. A mí me llaman jíbara. A mí me llaman jíbaro. A mí me llaman jíbara. A mí me llaman jíbaro. Como si eso fuera un insulto. Pero escúchame bien. Me dicen jíbaro por mi forma de hablar, porque ando en chancletas y no voy para atrás. No tengo millones ni quiero aparentar, pero tengo tierra, machete y dignidad. Dicen que soy jíbaro porque no estudié allá, pero yo aprendí del monte y de mi mamá. No necesito títulos para poder opinar. Yo tengo calle, cultura y moral. A mí me llaman jíbaro. ¿Y qué? Con orgullo lo grito pa' que sepa bien. A mí me llaman jíbaro. ¿Y qué? Del campo yo vengo de ayer. A mí me llaman jíbaro.
Official right there, bro. That's that official shit right there, fucking hacks. That's that official shit. I had to share that. Trying to find this broad, man. She be doing some funny ass fucking content, man. Let me see if she's up here in my time feed. Shit, I found this. There it is. I found it. This nigga's a fucking trip, bro. Kiko TV, yo. This nigga be doing some wild shit. What the fuck? Go back. No shit. Yo, that's fucked up, yo.
Dale para atrás, papito, dale para atrás, papito, colorame, papito, dame para atrás, dale para atrás. Dale para atrás, papi. Manito, dale para atrás, dan la cebra, man. Dale para atrás, papito, dale para atrás, papito, colorame, papito, dame para atrás, dale para atrás. Respete la acera, mi amor, uso peatonal para gente pasar. Colabórenme atrás, dame el favor. Muchas gracias, mi reina. Yo agradezco.
This nigga ain't shit.
Muchas gracias.
Yo, you see what this nigga doing, Hacks?
Educación vial. Estamos activos, papi. Dame respete la acera, mi amor. Manito, ¿qué pasa, manito? Hermano, ¿qué pasó, mi hermano? Disculpa, manito. Ay, manito, espérate, manito. Espera. Manito, ¿qué pasa, manito? ¿Qué? Hermano, ¿qué pasó? Mi hermano, disculpa,
shit, hold on. Hold on a second. I just got a fucking an alert. Your boy Donald Trump done did some dumb shit. Hold on a second. What the fuck did he do now? Oh Lord. Oh God, Trump just got exposed for some other shit. What the fuck, man? This nigga, yo, just can't stay out the fucking limelight. Damn it, Trump.
My energy bill
Shout
dropped
out
from
to
$150
Midas
to
stuff, man.
$50
They
by
on
doing
it,
this.
man.
My friends laughed at
They
me
are
when I spent
on it right
$49
now.
on a power saver.
So billionaires Michael and Susan Dell just committed to a $6 billion donation to the federal government to be added to the proposed Trump accounts, which are set to begin next year. So this is one of those one-day feel-good stories that you probably don't care about, but there's a subtext to this gambit that needs to be unpacked and understood. At the risk of sounding entirely cynical, this generous and somewhat innocuous gift is masking terrible intent on the part of this administration. See, it's part and parcel of a much larger effort underway to privatize the government, prop up the stock market, and provide yet another benefit to wealthy families under the guise of philanthropy. And as usual, none other than the worst hedge fund manager on the planet, who's now in charge of our money, gave the whole game away. So you have that to look forward to.
Wow.
For the Midas Touch Network, I'm Max from UNFTR. So let's walk through this together.
Michael and Susan Dell are committing to one of the largest private donations in American history.
Hold on a second. I just got hit with another motherfucking I just got hit with another fucking email. Hold on. Oh God, what the fuck else this nigga just did? This shit is done. I knew it, bro. And you know why this is happening? Because a lot of the shit that's going on with this administration, they're making all the announcements and everything on the overnights when motherfuckers are sleeping. And they know motherfuckers are not awake paying attention. Niggas is waking up the next day lost, not knowing what the fuck is going on. Yeah, he did some other dumb shit. Oh, Midas touches on him. They got him, bro. This nigga, he what the fuck is it? It's all unraveling. Oh God. Tokyo is just my queen. How are you? I don't know what the fuck happened with Mar-a-Lago, but yep, that's where we're going to. So something happened. Something's getting.
Donald Trump is freaking out and he's rushing to his favorite judge, Judge Eileen Cannon, to try to get her to block turning over Volume 2 of Special Counsel Jack Smith's criminal case and investigation into Donald Trump. Volume 2 relates to Donald Trump bringing classified and top secret documents back to Mar-a-Lago, of which could be included nuclear secrets as well. Now, Special Counsel Jack Smith has been saying, hey, I'm here and I want to testify publicly before the Senate and the House of Representatives. I've got nothing to hide. I want to talk about the case that we were preparing. So let me testify publicly, because you've got MAGAs like Jim Jordan and MAGA Mike Johnson and James Comer and virtually all these other MAGAs who are lying about the investigation. And they're saying, oh, Jack Smith did unlawful FBI raids in Mar-a-Lago. And Jack Smith's like, put me under oath. If you want to talk crap on state regime media, which is known as Fox News, you could do it, but why don't you have me there live? And don't do it in some back room thing where you'll manipulate what I say. Let the American people see you, tough guys and tough gals. Ask me the question. And to do that, Volume 2 would need to be released, right? Because that includes a lot of the investigatory work and the findings. So Jack Smith says, let's put that out there. And in every single special counsel case in the history of the United States, in special counsels, after the special counsel's investigation's over, they testify, they have access to the report, and there can be redactions, of course, if there's some classified information, and then they testify. We've seen this over and over again. When a special counsel was appointed into former President Biden, that individual testified and he had his report and the Republicans released it. So Jack Smith saying, let's do it. So Donald Trump, though, rushes to court on December 2nd. You see it right here. Donald Trump's motion for leave to participate as an amicus curiae. He wants to participate to basically tell Judge Eileen Cannon, here's what you need to do for me. And here's what he said.
I need to pause this for a minute. Tokyo is just. When are you going live again? Please, I'm lacking information. What the fuck is going on with Christian Rock? What's going on with Blueface? Is that his son? Is that not? What the fuck is Nicki Minaj doing? Is the baby Stephen Diggs, or is the baby fucking her ex nigga like Cardi B? Like, what the fuck is going on, love? We need you, man. I just needed to put that out there, not to put no pressure on you, but yeah, I'm putting pressure on you, man. We need you, man. What's going on? We need that Tokyo-ish, the devil's advocate. We need to get on some shit.
As in this, basically this emergency intervention.
Let her know, Hacks. Tell her, man, we need these street news, man. We need this shit, bro. We need to find out what's going on, bro. Cardi B out here looking like a real hoe.
Motion. And the reason that he needs to intervene is because the cases, the United States government versus Walty Nauta, who is Donald Trump's bag man, and this was the criminal case against Donald Trump. So here's what it says. It says, On February 14, 2025, or it says on January 21st, 2025, Judge Cannon granted the emergency motion of Nauta and De Oliveira to preclude the release of Volume 2 of the final report.
I see y'all. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, make them fucking likes match the views. Come on, people, let's go, let's go. I also dropped the link for anybody that want to come up on the panel. You got something to say, you want to talk your shit, you got some information, some news, all is welcome. Boricua'S On Da Set.
In the order, the court denied Trump's request to intervene in proceedings, but granted his alternative, unopposed request to participate as an amicus to challenge the release of Volume 2. Trump's amicus is docketed wherever, and counsel for Trump appeared on his behalf at the court's January 17, 2025 hearing. On February 14, 2025 and February 24th, respectively, American Oversight and the Knight Institute moved to intervene in the district court proceedings and seek dissolution and or rescission of the court's order, because the case was gone. The Knight Institute also seeks an order from the court directing the clerk to publicly file a copy of Volume 2 on the public docket. The remaining parties to the litigation, the United States, Nauta and De Oliveira.
I got front hacks. These YouTube streets been quiet, man. YouTube streets been quiet. I'm still sick, but I'm gonna be back soon. Come on, we need this content, man. Getting tired of seeing myself. I got this mask for a reason. Matter of fact, where the fuck is my devil mask at? It's nowhere around there. Yeah, I already know. Boricua'S On Da Set.
Filed joint status reports on March 14th and December 1st, 2025, indicating their positions with respect to the release of Volume 2, and filed their respective briefs in opposition to the pending motions on March 24th and March 14th. Remember those dates, March 24th and March 14th. Trump hereby moves for leave to participate in the proceedings as an amicus, for the limited purpose of reaffirming and incorporating by reference his prior legal arguments to the court, as well as those made by co-defendants Nauta and De Oliveira, that Volume 2 of Jack Smith's final report should not be made public. Trump's limited participation in the proceedings will not cause delay.
Basically, what's going on here is, people, Trump don't want a lot of this shit to go public because it's going to show that motherfucker, when he was the president the first time around, he stole important documents. He stole a lot of information that presidents, when you leave the White House, you're not supposed to take with you. And this nigga systematically is just bucking the system. He took some shit, and come on, man, we know why he took some shit. He took some shit so he can go ahead and send it to his boy, bro. Feeding information. This nigga is a fucking traitor, bro. We got a traitor sitting in the White House.
Or prejudice any party, as this request is consistent with the court's prior decision to grant Trump's amicus status on January 21st, 2025. So you may be saying, Ben, March motions were filed. That's a long time ago. Or January. What has Judge Cannon been doing? Nothing. She's been sitting on this and refusing to issue an order, violating her judicial ethics by not acting upon these motions. Why? She would want this to delay this forever. So,
well, for those that don't know, no matter what, the Epstein files have to be released on the 19th. They got until the 19th to release the files. On the 19th of December, the entire Epstein files will be released. So they basically using all this time to scrub, black out. They doing it all, bro. But what they don't understand is we're not stupid, bro. We'll put 2 and 2 together. And for those that don't know, let me go big screen real quick. Those women that appeared before the Congress and everything and all that shit have already given Marjorie Taylor Greene a list of all the names of all the people who are part of this fucking this PPP, the Pedal Protection Program. So they could fuck around and black everything out. These women already said, if this shit is redacted to the point where it's stupid, they're going to release the names. They're going to tell Marjorie Taylor Greene to read the names. So I hope they do. I want to hear the names, man. I don't give a fuck if it's Democrat. I want to know who the fuck was out here wilding out on little kids. Good night, talk. Good night, Queen. Good night. For real, I want to know what's popping, yo. I don't know what's popping off.
Her bosses at the 11th Circuit, they had to intervene, and they told Cannon, you have to do something. You have to make a decision. I just want you to observe Judge Cannon right there, delaying, not fulfilling her job as a judge. The 11th Circuit has to get involved. Then Trump says, keep it secret. So I ask you, who are the ones hiding things here? Let's bring in Harry Littman from the Talking Feds YouTube channel, the Talking Feds Substack, and the Talking Feds podcast. This is where I say, Harry, throw aside Democrat, Republican, what you think of the issues, okay?
Oh, shit. Commercial. Sorry about that, people.
Jack Smith is saying, I want to go under oath in public in front of the world. The MAGAs are saying, we want to talk about you on Fox. We don't really want to do that. Judge Cannon's not making the report public. And Trump saying, you know what? I'd rather post on my social media platforms than actually let the American people see the report and judge for themselves. To me, that tells me everything, Harry. What do you make of this all?
To me, that tells me everything as well, Ben, but it is breathtakingly hypocritical and not to mention directly contrary to the public interest. So let's review the bidding just a little bit. They come in and squelch a prosecution that by all accounts, said January 6th also, but there were some vis-a-vis Trump, hard, potentially constitutional issues. This stuff, he's not president and he's just completely not just absconding with, but obstructing, refusing to give all the documents. It's a red-handed kind of crime, and were it not that Eileen Cannon were on the case, it might even have proceeded all the way through before the election. But in any event, so step number one, completely squelch and make that case go away. But as you say, this is universal. No really exception to this I can think of in American history. Once a case is finished, so there's no longer the argument that the parties are somehow going to be prejudiced, the national interest becomes paramount in knowing what the hell happened. And that interest doesn't diminish. If anything, it expands as a result of Trump's getting away with it or not having to face trial because of the happenstance of the election. So think about JFK assassination. Think about 9/11. Think about Iran-Contra. These are things, in addition to doing justice, where we pay huge attention to the individual and are punctilious not to go astray of the Constitution. Once the case is done, then it's time to serve the very important purpose for the people, the democracy, history of finding out just what the hell happened. What did the President of the United States actually do? And what is on the other side of that? Nothing. Nauta, De Oliveira, Trump, they are all off the hook definitively. So why should the American people not know? You can try to construe some kind of, individual, small-minded idea. Well, we don't want to air their dirty laundry, but that's exactly what we want to do. If they're not going to be convicted, we want to know what the hell happened. And I'll just add, it's a sort of a three-step dance here. First, squelch the prosecution. Two, if you can, squelch the public record. I have no doubt if they could, it would be like the last scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they take the report and take it all the way back to the most obscure shelf in the government catacombs so no one could see it. But then three, advance your own completely inconsistent and, I gotta say, completely bogus account of what happened. And that's the Lovin', with the as he proclaimed when he pardoned everyone, the terrible actual overkill by the Biden administration, for a crime.
You know what it is, Hacks? This nigga is starting unnecessary problems. He's trying to figure out a way how to stay in the White House, bro. And that's what's fucking everything up right now, Hacks. This nigga is really trying to figure out a way how the fuck to stay in this White House so that I'm telling you, bro, he's wigging, bro. I don't see him living past, his health looks like it's deteriorating to at an alarming rate. I don't see him lasting much longer, bro, to keep it 100. I really don't. We over here fucking going through some shit, bro. The whole world is laughing at us, bro. You know the damage control the next president is gonna have to do to repair all these relationships that this fucker done destroyed? Oh man, bro. That's another thing too. The next president, he got a lot of shit he gotta fix. Like this shit is wild. That's a whole fact. The whole world is at war because of this sick bitch. This nigga do it too fucking much. And that's what the problem is, bro. He out here on some fuckboy shit, man. Shit is crazy, bro. This shit don't get makes no sense. And people really voted for this nigga. That's the wild shit. So we got this shit. I think it's all a Play-Doh, a higher up type shit. Nothing will surprise me, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you right now. Nothing would fucking surprise me. I just don't see this nigga on the winning side of this shit. I truly don't see Trump on the winning side of this. Shit crazy. They're about to fire Pam Bondi. This is interesting. Let's see what they say. They talk about firing Pam Bondi.
Since the beginning of Donald Trump's political career, he has demanded one thing above all else, and that is loyalty. And largely, Republicans fell in line, seeing it as the best way to avoid primary challenges and the physical harm that MAGA cultists will threaten them with if they break with Donald Trump. But now there is something more dangerous in front of them, and that is being attached to the Epstein cover-up, not just because it is politically toxic, even for Republicans, but there are criminal implications. And it is why a coalition that would usually always bend the knee to Donald Trump is now at each other's throats. And it doesn't just stop in the White House or the House. There has now been crossover as Mike Johnson is allowing Pam Bondi to be thrown under the bus as her job seems to be slipping away from her. We are going to get into it all and how MAGA is once again in shambles. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button, because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we get into how Johnson has thrown Pam Bondi under the bus and the MAGA civil war that's erupting, we have to start with the latest Epstein update out there, which is newly released photos and videos from Epstein's private island. And it is the reason why the House is acting today.
Yeah, Anna, as you mentioned, this is a group of 14 photos and videos documenting different parts of what is said to be the Epstein estate on the Virgin Islands, on Epstein Island. There are some images of bedrooms. We see beds. We see some bathrooms, a bathtub, a sink in one case. There are some images of outside, some scene images. And in one, there is a sign that says no trespassing. You can see some of these images on the screen right now. I want to make very clear, Anna, this comes from a November 18th letter that Democrats, led by Congressman Robert Garcia, Democrats on the Oversight Committee, sent to the Attorney General of the U.S. Virgin Islands, requesting a bounty of information, documents, information from investigations, what have you, that the Virgin Islands may have had in its possession that has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, it's an important distinction because this is not in response to that bill that Congress passed last month to compel the DOJ to release the Epstein files. This has to do with that November 18th letter from the U.S. Virgin Islands. So again, here's a video of outside. You're seeing parts of these 14 images and documents. I'll read to you a little bit of what Robert Garcia said in his statement accompanying the release of this information. He said, quote, "These new images are a disturbing look into the world of Jeffrey Epstein and his island. We are releasing these photos and videos to ensure public transparency in our investigation and to help put together a full picture of Epstein's horrific crimes. We won't stop fighting until we deliver justice for the survivors." And he finishes by saying it's time for President Trump to release all the files now. So again, this is just the latest drop of information and files from the Oversight Committee that has come since that the focus has been so intently on the Jeffrey Epstein investigation and the documents and information surrounding him.
So, Lisa, I know you've been looking through these as well. It's all just coming in. We're still loading up the latest images. What stands out to you as you're looking through these new files?
A couple of things stand out to me. So we've seen images of Jeffrey Epstein's Virgin Islands, and there were 2 islands actually before, but we've largely seen them through drone and through satellite from above, or at least from further distances away. This is really one of the first times we've had an opportunity to see up close some of the structures where some of the alleged abuse is said to have taken place. But Anna, one of the other things that stands out to me is one of the photographs released by House.
Basically, this island was used to do what the fuck they were doing to these little girls. These little structures, apparently, these little spots we're looking at, are all private little rooms that they would take these little girls in or women in, and they would have their way with them. This shit is horrible. This shit is crazy, Hacks. For real, man. This shit is buck fucking wild crazy.
Oversight Democrats this morning is a phone that has several numbers or several people and their cell or home listed there. Among the people listed in that image, and where I see that we're showing it right now, are Richard and Darren. That is Richard Kahn and Darren Indike, the accountant and lawyer respectively, who are now the 2 co-executors of Jeffrey Epstein's estate.
The work that Robert Garcia has done as the ranking member on the Oversight Committee has been incredibly commendable. Without him and what he has done, we would not have the Epstein birthday book. We would not have had those tens of thousands of Epstein emails from Ghislaine Maxwell, emails referencing Donald Trump and his criminal connection to Epstein. And now, because of the pressure that has been put on the Epstein estate by the Oversight Committee, we now have these very disturbing photos and videos. But what they tell the story of is how this political pressure has continued to allow Democrats to.
Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is fucking wild, bro. Dead ass wild. This shit is crazy, bro. That's why I want to hold on a second. I gotta go back. I gotta see that shit again, bro. I really gotta see that again. So these fucking little rooms is where they were fucking molesting the kids at, bro. This shit's crazy. I gotta go back. I gotta see this shit again, bro.
To the Attorney General.
So I'm a mute it. For those that are watching, these rooms that you see right here, these little rooms, these little doors, this is Jeffrey this is Jeff Epstein's island on the Virgin Island, one of 2. And finally, now that he's not there no more, someone has been granted access to his islands, and they're filming the island for evidence to show basically, and what is being said, that everything that these women and the victims said is true. They told about little special bungalow rooms with doors that they would take them into in the middle of fucking parties and shit like that, around people and stuff, and take them in there and have their way with them. So all these little bungalows you see here with these doors right here and shit, like this door right here, that's access to a private room Look at all these damn doors, bro. All these rooms where they were taking these little girls and they were just wilding, bro. This shit crazy.
Co-executors of Jeffrey Epstein's estate.
The work that Robert Garcia has done as the ranking member on the Oversight Committee has been incredibly commendable. Without him and what he has done, we would not have the Epstein birthday book. We would not have had those tens of thousands of Epstein emails from Ghislaine Maxwell, emails referencing Donald Trump and his criminal connection to Epstein. And now, because of the pressure that has been put on the Epstein estate by the Oversight Committee, we now have these very disturbing photos and videos. But what they tell the story of is how this political pressure has continued to allow Democrats to bring new information to light. And as was mentioned at the end of that MSNBC analysis, it also shows the close connection that Epstein had to relevant actors who we could get testimony from. These people need to be subpoenaed, and those subpoenas are not going to be able to be blocked by Pam Bondi or Kash Patel or Donald Trump. There is nothing that they can do to stand in the way. It's why I continue to say that what isn't in the Epstein files, to me, might be a little bit more interesting. But that doesn't mean I'm not still interested in the Epstein files, because I am, and so are members of the House who are now pushing, like we've never seen before, I guess, aside from that vote to release the files, to make sure Pam Bondi is falling in line. And Mike Johnson is just letting it happen. It might mean the end of her career. Lawmakers demand urgent briefing with Bondi over secret new Epstein intel. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are demanding an urgent sit-down with Attorney General Pam Bondi over new information related to Jeffrey Epstein. In a letter sent Wednesday, they gave Bondi until Friday to provide them with the new information that was cited as the impetus for fresh Epstein-related investigations, which could hinder the full release of the files. Republicans Thomas Massey and Lisa Murkowski joined Democrats Ro Khanna, Ray Lujan, and Jeff Merkley in calling on Bondi to back up her words from a November 19th press conference, according to NBC News. As the lawmakers note in the letter, Bondi at that time said new and additional information had emerged to warrant fresh investigations into figures connected to Epstein. In the interest of transparency and clarity on the steps required to faithfully implement the Epstein Files Transparency Act, we request a briefing, either in a classified or unclassified setting, to discuss the full contents of the new information in your possession at your convenience, but no later than Friday, December 5th, 2025. They argued that it was necessary to reveal any new information in order to ensure the smooth implementation of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which compels the Justice Department to publicly release all unclassified records, documents, and communications and investigate materials on the disgraced financier by December 19th. In light of the short 30-day deadline to release the Epstein files, we are particularly focused on understanding the contents of any new evidence, information, or procedural hurdles that could interfere with the department's ability to meet the statutory deadline, they wrote. They outlined in their message a shared interest in supporting the Department of Justice efforts to carry out the provisions of this critical new law. While the law stipulates that new intel must not be withheld for the sake of political sensitivity or due to a threat of embarrassment to prominent figures, concerns have been raised over the prospects of full disclosure amid reports of a special redaction project at the Justice Department. Internal correspondence obtained by Bloomberg last week reportedly lays out how FBI Director Kash Patel tasked around 1,000 special agents with overseeing redactions to the documents, which critics believe may contain embarrassing details of Donald Trump's own past relationship with a convicted pedophile. Amidst all of this, a pro-Trump outlet is reporting that Bondi and Patel are in purgatory and waiting to be fired. So Mike Johnson can no longer and will no longer stand in the way of a further release of Epstein-related information. And he has said, this is out of my hands. It is up to you, Pam Bondi. If Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey and other members of the House are going to press on the DOJ, Mike Johnson is not able to stand in the way, but I would also assume that he does not want to deal with this shit anymore, that he gave Donald Trump 60 days of delay when he refused to swear in Adelaide Grijalva. And now, by the way, Matt Van Epps, the guy in Tennessee who was elected last night, Mike Johnson wants him sworn in this week. So apparently you don't always have to delay for 55 days. It's only when people want to expose the pedophiles that the president of the United States is protecting, then we delay swearing in members of Congress. Just good to know going forward. But the Epstein scandal, it's no wonder Mike Johnson wants no part of it. It is ravaging Donald Trump's administration, and some of his closest allies, formerly most public supporters, are turning on him.
Some voices with large audiences who are largely MAGA or MAGA curious, they see what's happening. They are facing the music even if Trump isn't. That includes the comedians, the podcasts, and even Fox vet Tucker.
On the Republican Party, which is almost to the point where it's just useless, and I'm going to have to oppose it.
Damn.
Because I hate them too much, but because they're such betrayers.
It certainly seems that he doesn't want these documents to come out because he himself will suffer some fallout.
Nothing I voted for happened. What about you? Are you happy with anything?
I mean, it sounds like a political wake. And because their audiences, especially Tucker, still include plenty of people who...
My man said nothing I voted has happened. So basically, he fucking lied to his own bit. Nothing that he voted for has happened.
Or conservative or Republican adjacent or MAGA, and labels can be simplistic, but you'll notice there's a tone there. They don't necessarily go directly at Trump and say, boy, he messed this all up. He had a good hand a year ago, and it seems like he blew it, spent the political capital quickly, and is still messed up on Epstein. They don't necessarily word it all that way, but that's not positive messaging, what you just heard, obviously, for Trump's Republican Party going into a midterms where Tucker's audience either is going to pull the lever for Republicans or hand the Congress over to Trump's opponents, the Democrats.
Jesus.
Take another example, Michael Savage, conservative radio host. He was OG MAGA. He endorsed Trump early in 2016. In the first term, you could find him in the Oval Office. Here's Savage now.
I think the American worker right now is hurting badly. I think the economy is in the no matter what the Trump administration might want to be selling or telling us. The prices are too high, inflation is too high, jobs are not here for the people who work for them, and they're being shafted primarily in the tech industry.
This is a level of scandal that has even MAGA turning against Donald Trump, something previously inconceivable, but it is not the only scandal that we need to be talking about, because right now we have another story of Republican incompetence and corruption, this time coming out of Nevada, as Governor Joe Lombardo was outed as failing to protect workers and letting Elon Musk, of all people, off the hook for chilling safety violations that left firefighters with chemical burns, a worker with a crushed pelvis, and another shocked by an electrical panel. Yeah, that sounds like Elon Musk to me. Last month, Nevada's OSHA branch found that Elon Musk's The Boring Company knowingly violated safety protocols in their tunnels beneath Las Vegas. But as soon as Musk's executive called Governor Lombardo's office, as soon as Elon gets his little buddy on the phone, the citations disappeared and Lombardo's team deleted records of meeting with The Boring Company. Not a shock. This is what Republicans do. They cover for each other's corruption. With a single phone call, a company owned by the richest person in the history of the world, when literally dumping toxic waste around Las Vegas, got special treatment. Elon Musk, little kid gloves for him, little special treatment, Elon, that no other regular worker or small business in Nevada would ever receive. And first of all, they shouldn't. And the governor, of course, didn't even bother coming up with an explanation. Joe Lombardo, the governor of Nevada, is clearly putting Elon Musk and The Boring Company over the lives of working people. Even experts across party lines say that Lombardo politicized OSHA and endangered the public. Nevadans deserve a governor who prioritizes safety, honesty, and accountability, not backdoor favors for wealthy donors like Elon Musk. All of this corruption must be exposed. We got to call it out. You need to be following this story because, of course, we need to be pointing out whenever Elon's trying to get involved for his benefit. But if you want to support us covering more stories like this, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video. If you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. Keep on fighting, y'all. Don't let them silence you. And until next time, I'll see you soon.
Tonight, we're getting an inside look at some of the rooms in Jeffrey Epstein's notorious home on a private Caribbean island where underage girls and young women were trafficked and sexually abused. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee released these photos as well as videos they say have not been made public before. One of the images shows what appears to be a dentist chair in one room with masks on a wall. Another Shows a blackboard with some words scribbled on it: power, deception, plots, political. There's also this video showing the manicured grounds of the estate with palm trees and winding paths and a large pool. The Department of Justice has 16 days before they have to release documents related to its investigation of Epstein, as required by the bill that Congress passed and President Trump recently signed into law. Now, we learned today that Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, is planning to file a petition that asking a judge to release her from prison. She's serving a 20-year sentence for her sex trafficking conviction. Joining us tonight, California Congressman Ro Khanna, member of the Oversight Committee, who, along with Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, led the fight to pass that bill, forcing the release of the Epstein files. So, Congressman, I mean, do these video images fill in any blanks for you, raise any new questions? I'm wondering what stands out to you.
Well, the dentist chair was concerning to me. Obviously, we need to know the facts, but what we need to know is, were underage girls abused on that chair? What happened there? What we do know from the survivors is there are many such photos in the Epstein files. We know that from the survivors and their lawyers. All of those need to be released. Every file, every photo, every interview memorandum, while protecting victims, need to be released by federal law in the next 16 days.
And do you expect, I mean, do you know what to expect in 16 days in terms of what level of redaction there's going to be? Have you gotten any word from the Department of Justice how they are handling this?
Congressman Massie and I have requested to meet with Attorney General Pam Bondi or someone on her team handling the investigation. So far, we have not heard back. We're going to continue to pursue it. Of course, Congressman Massie is on the Judiciary Committee, so Pam Bondi will be coming before that committee. But now every person at the Justice Department who does not cooperate in releasing these files would be violating federal law, that they would be subject to federal penalties. So we expect that there will be a release, and we're going to continue to fight to make sure that it is transparent and complete.
Your committee says it's also received about 5,000 documents in response to subpoenas to JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank for Epstein's financial records. I don't know how much of those the committee's been able to review, but do they, I mean, what do you hope to find in those documents? Does anything connect any dots for you?
Well, the committee is going through that. There are a lot of documents, but the big question is, how is Jeffrey Epstein, a former school teacher, worth $500 million? Who is funding him? Why are people giving him this money? And what was he doing for this money? Those are things that we're going to get from these documents. As you know, Senator Wyden has been investigating this in the Senate for over a year. That is going to be critical to understanding who all was involved.
We've talked about Ghislaine Maxwell planning to ask a judge to release her from prison, according to a new court filing. What do you think the chances of that actually are, given the unknowns of, you know, the interview she had with President Trump's former personal attorney, who's now, you know, a high level of the Department of Justice? What do you think is going to happen there?
It would be a slap in the face of the survivors. Anderson, as you imagine, I've gotten to know some of these survivors. I've spent time with them. When you mention Ghislaine Maxwell's name, they have a trauma and an anger. This is someone who abused them. This is someone who facilitated their abuse. The fact that we're even discussing any leniency for her or letting her out of jail is frankly disgusting. And the survivors themselves get so emotional when people bring up Maxwell.
A House Oversight Committee spokesperson earlier today, criticized Democrats on the committee, your committee, for releasing these videos and photos, saying, quote, "It is odd that Democrats are once again releasing selective information as they have done before." I'm wondering what your response to that is.
Let's release it all. That's what Massie and my bill does. If you don't think there's anything there, get the files out. If you think it's selective, get the files out. Let's finally get the information out there, most importantly because of the 1,000 survivors, and that's what they want. And so we end this kind of blame game and name calling. Let's just get it all out there in the next 16 days.
All right, Congressman Ro Khanna, I appreciate it. Thank you. For more on this, Sarah Fitzpatrick, a staff writer for The Atlantic, an investigative reporter, joins me. Also with me, independent journalist Tara Palmieri, host of the Tara Palmieri Show podcast. Appreciate both of you being with us. Sarah, what do you see as the significance of these images?
I think it's very significant on a couple of fronts. One, I think that we are for the first time seeing inside of Jeffrey Epstein's home. It's the place where some of the most horrific sex crimes occurred and some real, criminal conduct. But I think what's important for me as an investigative reporter is that these images we've never seen inside, and they correspond and speak to what so many of the women who
Shit
were
is crazy. You
abused
seen this shit,
on this
man?
island, how they described the rooms, how they described the layout. It just gives them additional credibility for the kind of really horrific things that they have described, not just to journalists, but also to members of law enforcement.
Yeah, I mean, Virginia Giuffre, who has died, had said that some of the worst abuse she suffered occurred on this island.
Absolutely. It was a place that was hard to get to. You had to get on a helicopter to get to the island, or a boat. It was specifically designed to be a place for pleasure for the powerful and for the...
All right, so basically, this is the first time us people, regular people, we're getting to see what this island looks like. No one. The only people that ever been on this island or saw this island was those who got on the island and they had to come by fucking helicopter or plane. That's how fucking locked down Jeffrey Epstein had this island. So now that he's not here and that shit is basically up for grabs, they're sending people now over there to record what shit look like and everything. It's crazy, bro. They're detailing the rooms that the victims were being victimized, and the shit is crazy. This whole shit is crazy. We seeing what this one of his two islands, what they really look like.
the week to be stranded there, to the point that Sarah Ransom, one of the survivors, tried to swim off, even though the current is quite severe, and she was willing to risk her life. That was how terrible the experience was on the island. And we know that Virginia was severely raped on this island. I also would have wished that Virginia was alive today. I would have asked her all about that dentist chair and what that meant and what that was, because to me, there's something sadistic about
It's kind of I mean, it's bizarre to have a dentist chair in somebody's private home.
Also, just no one wants to go to the dentist. There's something dark about it. The masks on the wall. There's a leeriness to it all.
That's some freaky shit right there, bro.
Through a crime scene. I mean, you are walking through a crime scene. When I see the rooms, they're kind of hotel type rooms. Could be for anybody. It has just
I mean, there's kind of
energy.
no personality other than sort of creepiness to these things. Otherwise, there is this sort of anonymity to it of sort of anonymous hotel rooms somewhere in the Caribbean.
Exactly, and it's interesting. You could even see from the picture of the cameras. I mean, there are cameras everywhere. They're being recorded. You could say for security, but also what I had heard from the survivors that they believe that they were always being recorded there. Even the statues are weird, like the one by the pool. And I think it's important for us to have this documentary evidence, especially when you have the president of the United States saying this is a hoax. It's a hoax. Seeing is believing. See the place where he lived. And this isn't all just some wealth porn. This is a very perverted man, and you can see it from the way that he lived.
Sir, I mean, it is going to be incredible to see what happens with Ghislaine
crazy.
Maxwell, given the interview she gave with Todd Blanche, the weirdness of that interview, and the statements that the president has made repeatedly when asked about this repeatedly, not ruling out automatically. Of course, I would not, pardon or give clemency to a convicted sex offender.
Absolutely. I think that speaks to the fact that there are still so many unanswered questions, but it is a pattern that is so unprecedented in terms of how the Department of Justice normally runs. And I think that speaks to how this case under multiple administrations has been just really mishandled, and that has fueled the public interest. And one thing I think that's really important about these photos is that you mentioned that it's kind of creepy and it looks almost sterile. That is because these photos were not taken until well after Epstein had died. This was part of the Virgin Islands investigation. And so there was a lot of time for things to be cleared out, for evidence to be potentially destroyed or altered. And so I think it's important that and that's a really important question that I hope we learn in these Epstein files, whatever comes of them, is it's our understanding that there was really never any law enforcement activity, that there were never leads that could have been followed, that there was never surveillance. There were all sorts of things that my sources wanted to do in early investigations into Jeffrey Epstein that they were prevented from doing, which would have yielded really important evidence. And so I think it's important to know that, like, yes, these images are there, but these are very sanitized from what could have been.
And Tara, I mean, one of the things that's so, one of the many chapters in this horrific saga is that the people who are now in power, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, the FBI, were the ones leading the charge when it was a Democratic administration, and they were portraying this as this is, Democrats and a cabal, and sort of linking it with, QAnon and that whole conspiracy theory. And now that they are the ones in charge, for them to be the ones suddenly changing their tune and saying, "Oh, there's actually nothing to see," it's just another bizarre element of like, why have they suddenly changed their tune?
It's because they know it's political. And it always was political, but for them, it was a Democratic cabal until they woke up and realized that actually at the time when Jeffrey was committing his worst crimes, the president was also a Democrat at that time. And it was a cudgel. They never looked at it in terms of the victims and what it meant for them. And they pulled on the heartstrings of American people, feeling like they were the underdogs not being heard and the powerful elites were getting away with crimes. Turns out they are, but those powerful elites are now in power. So I think, I hope that we find out so much more. I can't believe December 19th, it will finally happen. And I hope that they don't use some sort of workarounds with these SDNY investigations to withhold information, selectively choosing what to see or what not to see. But I think it will bring I hope it brings some peace to a lot of the women.
That shit is wild, bro. I think it's done. Yeah, they fucked. That nigga, bro, the more, man, now that we've all seen what the Epstein Island looked like, now it's even worse, bro. It's even fucking worse now. What the fuck is this about? All right, I'm about to play this for y'all. This is crazy, yo. This is fucking crazy. Check this shit out.
From dancing to missing, that's the story of Vicente Ventura, who you see right here in this surveillance footage taken about October 7th at 8:45 a.m. You can see Vicente Ventura kind of dancing in the street, enjoying his morning. ICE agents then come and they disappear him, quite literally disappear him. That's why we say they disappear people, because since that day, this individual's been missing. So we're almost approaching 2 months of Vicente Ventura, who's been in the United States for about 17 years, nowhere to be found. I mean, from what we've gleaned, after he was removed from this parking lot, he had a medical incident as he was being taken by these ICE masked agents to that B-18 facility in downtown in the basement of the federal courthouse, where he lost consciousness, fell over, started bleeding, and perhaps having seizures from what eyewitnesses say. And then there's been no trace of him. So his family learned about this from others who were arrested that day. There was about 70 or 80 others who were rounded up by ICE agents. And I hate to use that crude terminology, rounded up, but that's what ICE agents are doing, treating human beings like I think cattle should be treated this way.
Right.
And now ICE and Border Patrol and the federal government say they have no record of this individual. They don't know where he is. The family is searching morgues, hospitals, have no clue where this individual is. And the question that I have is, how many more stories are there like this of people like Vicente Ventura out there who are disappeared, who are missing? I mean, is it in the hundreds? Is it in the thousands? Is it in the tens of thousands? And there's a reason why the Trump regime, ICE and Border Patrol, want total lockdowns of their detention facilities. From the little we've been able to glean, I mean, you see children and families sleeping on the floor and the most horrific conditions that you wouldn't treat animals this way. And how many people have been sent back to countries that aren't even their countries of origin, people who are seeking asylum because they feared imminent death to themselves, who have been killed. I think, a lot of attention, rightfully so, is focused on the war crimes being committed off the coast of Venezuela. I think there's also these crimes against humanity taking place with the immigrant population. And we're going to eventually, I think, find out, and people are focusing on it now, what the heck is happening to these human beings? Are they dying, or where are they going? I want to bring in Congresswoman Kalmager Dove from right here in California. You are the Congresswoman in the area where very close to where I live, and Vicente Ventura is in your congressional district, Congresswoman. So what do we know about this individual? Then I want to talk more broadly about the ICE raids, but what do we know about this individual?
Well, first of all, I'm just so grateful that you even have me on to talk about this issue, because you're absolutely correct. Who else is this happening to? Who else has been disappeared? What we know, similar to what you shared, is that Vicente was, minding his own business when.
I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'm going to go on a big screen and I'm going to say this. There have been rumors, allegedly, and I'm going to say this, allegedly, there have been rumors that bodies have been washing up Don't know if there's any truth to it. I could only try to find, but there's allegedly rumors that these motherfuckers are disappearing people by dropping them in fucking shark-infested waters, or just kicking them off planes, dropping them in waters, hands shackled. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. Those are rumors allegedly going around, yo. That's wild, bro. Fucking rumors allegedly going around that these motherfuckers are dropping bodies in these oceans, and there have been bodies that have washed up. That I know because I've seen videos, but there have been bodies that have been washed up with hands shackled and stuff like that.
He was detained on October 7th. He was detained with other people, okay? So they were eyewitnesses. They were on their way to being deported. But as you mentioned, Vicente had a medical emergency, and so they stopped to help him get some medical attention. And then he disappeared. I was contacted, my office was contacted after the family had exhausted, all other avenues of trying to locate their family member. And I have reached out to Border Patrol, to ICE, DHS. We've called local law enforcement. We've called the hospitals. We've called the morgues. And Vicente is nowhere to be found. And what we do know is that these thugs, these goons, when they're rounding folks up, they actually are wearing body cameras, right? They do have facial recognition technology, and they could help identify where he was last seen and then where he was transported to. And we also know that DHS has a habit of, Homeland Security has a habit of, when they take folks to hospitals, of taking them under false names so that they cannot be located. This is so that, their family members can't get to them. This is so their lawyers can't get to them. It is very pernicious. And so We want to know, is this what also happened to Vicente? And why is it that we are moving into the Christmas holiday season and no one can tell us where Vicente is?
You know, and Vicente's story, fortunately, thanks to his family, the loved ones around him, thanks to people like you and community groups, the reporting by MS Now and others have brought this to light. The question is how many other Vicentes are there? The same way when we see these horrific videos of ICE agents engaged in chemical warfare on our streets and brutalizing people, shooting people with these non-lethal rounds, which can kill, by the way, and engage in how much other conduct out there are we not seeing? And, you know, it also is like with this, you know, with the cutting off of USAID, it's like the numbers are so massive. I mean, we could be talking about the thousands or tens of thousands of missing, dead, killed people by this regime.
I mean, so two things, and real talk. One, if we can find Osama bin Laden, we can find Vicente. Two, okay, if you can tell me that you're sitting in a bunker, Pete Hegseth, ordering illegal airstrikes, and you know exactly who the folks are who are on the boats, you know exactly who's being targeted, which of course I don't believe. I think that's all bullshit. But if you're going to tell the American people that you can do that, then you can use that same kind of technology to identify and locate Vicente, as well as the hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that this country has disappeared. And think about that. The United States of America is now in the business of disappearing people, and they don't seem to care who those folks are. Vicente did not have a criminal record. He'd been here for almost 20 years. You know, this should not have happened to him. This should not be happening to anybody. I was at the oversight hearing last week in Los Angeles. Thankfully, you know, Democrats have put online a portal where you can go in and document for the archive incidents that have happened to you, to your loved ones, to your friends and family by ICE, by Homeland Security. That is one thing that we all should be doing, you know, archiving these stories and sharing them so that they are in an official record. But the scarier part is that how many other folks has this happened to? And when it's happening to immigrant communities, oftentimes they are afraid to share their stories or to go to law enforcement or to go public because they don't want anything else bad to happen to them or anyone in their family. So you're battling so many levels of intimidation and fear. And what you're getting is our neighbors, our friends, our partners are being, you know, God knows what, but at the very least, detained, deported, and disappeared by a very rogue administration that's completely unlawful every day of the week.
No, I think about the terminology in the Eighth Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. And as a law student, as a law professor, I always found the words unique, like the word cruel and unusual. But I think about the types of conduct this regime is just engaged in. It is both cruel and it is unusual. It is peculiar. It is strange. It is almost enjoying to watch the suffering beyond anything else. And when you see these regime officials go on their behavior, yes, it's dastardly, but it's also like, you guys are, they're getting off on it. Like it's making them excited in a strange way. And you see the White House making daily posts. Like this morning, they posted a Sabrina Carpenter song along with photos of migrants being detained. And they were kind of mocking the migrants and their weight and their appearance and just the way they physically move. And the White House says, have you ever tried this one? Bye-bye. And it shows various pictures of migrants getting brutalized. And Sabrina Carpenter responded, this video is evil and disgusting. Do not ever involve me or my music to benefit your inhumane agenda. And I just think her words say more than any press release can. It's just right. Like, set aside Republican, Democrat, evil and disgusting. That's what it is, right?
Well, the cruelty is the point. And you're right. I think that a lot of these blowhards are getting off every day, that they're essentially staging these inhumane and cruel incidents. You know, I think Kristi Noem actually gets off, you know, and Pete as well. I'm posting these videos of them, acting like they're in the wild, wild west, and they're participating in this cosplay. And what they're trying to normalize and socialize demoralization. And that's not anything that this country should stand for. It also makes me think, yes, we're involved in human rights violations, this country right now. And we're also involved in extrajudicial killings, right now. We have an administration, you have a person who is a secretary for the Department of Defense who has essentially said, do not obey the law. The rules of engagement do not apply to us. We can behave any old kind of way that we want. Kristi Noem is also accepting that kind of mantra. They're hiring whoever they want to work in ICE. They have more money than they should, and they are rolling around and terrorizing cities and counties and neighborhoods across this country because they feel like they can do it with impunity. But karma and the universe are incredibly circular, and they never forget. And I think back to what happened at 9/11, right? And all of the really terrible things that we were allowing to happen, under the auspices of national security and going after the bad guys. But we also had a public that said, hey, do not cross this line. When you are dehumanizing people, when you are waterboarding them, when you are terrorizing them, that is a bridge too far. You can get results that you want without having to behave like an animal and treat other people inhumanely. And we have got to resurrect that kind of outrage if we are going to do right by Vicente and his family and all of the others that have suffered and been terrorized under this regime.
What can people do out there? Is there anything that, obviously if they see him, say something, but what does the family want? We have 6 million subscribers here. This was a very important story for us to cover here. And I'd love to have you back and we could talk about healthcare and numerous other things. But I really wanted to shed light on this story and the disappearances of many other people across. What can people do?
The best thing that people can do is tell the story and share it. We had 7 million Americans show up across this country for No King's Day because they were saying we are outraged. That number is huge and people took notice. So we have to create that same kind of outrage with this story about Vicente and talk about him, ask questions, demand some accountability, and do the same if you have your own story about your own Vicente. Because I believe that even the folks who say we need immigration reform, we should have secure borders, get folks out of the country, that when you humanize a person, when you share the story, when you make the human connection, even those same people who are hawkish on immigration say, well, you don't do that like that. That's just not right. And we need more folks sharing the story of Vicente and then ending it by saying that's not right. I have reached out to Kristi Noem. I have reached out to Homeland Security. I have demanded the investigation. I have told them to show up. We have reached out to the Mexican consulate. We are doing all of the things that we should be doing, on paper and with the law and with under the jurisdiction of Congress. But it's the public's outrage and it's the public's demand for accountability, I think, that will bring answers and closures to Vicente's family.
Congresswoman Sydney Kamlager-Dove, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Everybody hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Oh, fuck, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely wild. They out here fucking disappearing people, man. This shit is crazy, bro. Tell you, that's why they said, man, keep your fucking emails, keep your receipts, keep everything, your phone call logs, because as soon as, I'm telling you, bro, that's what they don't understand. This nigga's not going to be in power forever. A lot of people going to go to fucking jail. I'm telling you, a lot of people going to go to jail behind this motherfucker. He's crazy, yo. That shit's absolutely crazy, the shit this nigga was doing, bro. They literally fucking disappearing people, yo. It's crazy, man. see what we got going. Let's see what we got going here.
Hear my raps, they say that's how a thug feel. Feel my pain, you say, Al, nigga, son, chill, check the box. It say, homie got the gun still, know my vibe. It say that nigga dumb real, Latin pain. Insane with the blood stain, stony the brain. Got slain, I'm in dumb pain. All of the rain is my life down a storm drain. Trying to maintain through my thoughts of a cold pain. Sing the song, it say something is going on. Flip the page, it say more, everything wrong. Check my mom, she say, son, gotta be strong. Checking my, I've been strong way too long. Wear my shoes, I bet you probably cut your feet off. A day in the life of pain, might bust the heat off. Far from soft, maybe calm but not blinded. And this real life, real spit, you can remind. I put a lot of work in never remain humble. So me how to survive the concrete jungle. Raised in the Bronx, participated in rumble. Sting like a busy bee, no bumble. For many I love that ain't love me. I forgive but can't forget the world's ugly. So up around the edges you might not wanna hug me, but take a good look at the heart, my ish lovely. I'm one in a million, maybe even two. Efforts on a billion, the real for a few. A popular loner, I don't need a crew. It take a bunch of you to do how I do. I ain't trying to brag, I don't like to boast. I'm just in my bag. A king deserves a toast, but don't praise me or praise the Holy Ghost. Please, Lord, forgive me for I done did the most. It's hard to be humble, hard to be good, but I done did my best in the worst of the hood. I'm watching shorties wildin', I don't think you should, but I understand being misunderstood. Said it's hard to be humble, hard to be good, but I done did my best in the worst of the hood. I'm watching shorties wildin', I don't think you should, but I understand being misunderstood. See, I done seen it all. I seen the smallest ball, I seen the biggest fall. Can't stop the reaper's call, so he remain humble, still G standing tall. But every time I grab a pen, I got a truth for y'all. Raised on that each one teach one lessons. Count up all your blessings, delete all your stressing. Born sinner, I repent, Lord, I'm confessing. Keeping it real, case solo, no question. Far from perfect, opposite the worthless. Believer in Christ, but not in many churches. Cause so many things look good on the surface, so we must dig deep to see if it's really worth it. Cause everything that glitter ain't gold is fool's treasure. And mama never raised no fool, she knew better. From the true school rules down to the letter. And you ain't gotta like me, B. Whatever.
Good Pharmacy DJs.
Brand new banger.
Now you probably never heard of me. Bicycle tone from the Bronx where many murders be. The block hot enough to give the devil a third degree. Life's a bitch and she's sick, she needs surgery. Spit like this and I still can't blow. Cause the game screws dudes and I ain't never been a hoe. I had the option to sell my soul, but chose a better road. Cause heaven don't accept cash or gold. Lord forgive me man, I'm probably wrong. I repent. Then washing his blood and move on. Instead of survive, you gotta be strong. I say you gotta be wise, cause one dumb move and you gone. I cut class for the street knowledge, cause I couldn't see myself falling for the shit they teach in college. Maybe I'm wrong, don't wanna speak about it. I guess it is what it is, and it's it, and I don't even doubt it.
Exclusive hot new mix.
It's like you're ashamed. Yep. I'm about to go ahead and crash and call it a night. Shout out to Sovereigns. Shout out to Hacks. Talkie is Jess. All them other people in the bushes. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. So let's stay on. More shit gonna keep happening with this crazy ass motherfucking orange taco tape bitch. Plus, I'm tired. I don't want to fall asleep again. I think I did. I doped out early. Probably, yeah. So I'm gonna go get up out of here. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thanks for tapping in, man. Y'all already know. Smoked Out Society. We out.
Yo, you niggas talking shit. Got a lot to say on the gram, the YouTube. You know what I say though? Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. Niggas talk shit, they don't even pop. I spill your whole shit, they gon' need a mop. You niggas mad puss, probably got the wild. I hit them up, I think I'm fucking pop. From the Bronx like a mud hubber. Straight gutter, hot piece of butter. Puerto Rock brother that'll eat your mother. Get mad, call dad, you gon' need each other. My flow lethal, weapon, I'm D Glover, meat lover. Niggas talk like you all let us all cap. You gon' bust gas, niggas all rap. I'm all fact, check the rap sheet. Niggas saw that I smack them with the Mac 4 rack, nigga, fall back. Don't press your luck. I'm from the slum, son, and my gun go buck. Y'all niggas talk shit, I'm like so fucking what? You puss. Yo, shut the fuck up. 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 Y'all niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm hotter than the sun, nigga. Bust your guns, my love, son. I'm big pun, nigga. See me with the Glock 4 out. You run, nigga. This for those yapping their gums, niggas. You dumb, nigga. Nigga, you stupid. My record ruthless. I bang on some snow shit. Don't make me prove it. Look at your life, nigga. Useless. You ain't bout shit. I get the laugh when the two spit. I do this. Every bar is a felony. Go hard like dog in the yard. This pit energy. I bite, grip, shake, and chew through each enemy. Don't want a nigga, let it be. Ain't shit niggas telling me. So shut the fuck up, I'm all the way up, I'm an astronaut. Niggas talk shit, that's the life of a butt. I'm like, so what, nigga? Shut the fuck up. 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 Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. 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 Ya niggas toto, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.